Hello everyone, Constitutionalist Libertarian here, and we're going to be taking a look at an article here from the Bangor Daily News Politics section. Maine State Rep suggests in Facebook rant he would harm Trump. Well, I don't know why they're saying he suggested or, any other terms like that, because if you look at his actual Facebook post, he flat out threatened President Trump. What he did warrants a Secret Service visit more than Kathy Griffith. Because what she did is a picture representation of the president's head chopped off. He made a direct threat. One's implied, one's direct. But they're going to have the Secret Service come knocking at her door for an implied threat. And they're going to act like it's a direct threat. But with this guy who makes a direct threat, they act like it's implied and the Secret Service haven't come and knocked on his door yet. I shit you not on this. Could it be because he's a politician? I mean, he's a state rep from Portland or South Portland. His name is Scott Hammond. This article is written by Jake Bleberg, and he's a member of the Bangor Daily News staff. It was originally posted on July 12th at 12:38 p.m. and was edited at 6:54 p.m. Portland, Maine. State Rep. Scott Hammond, Democrat, South Portland, has said he regrets a Facebook rant in which he seemed to imply he would harm President Donald Trump if given the chance. No, he didn't imply it. He said it. Look at this. Trump is a half-term president at most, especially if I ever get within 10 feet of that pussy, Hammond wrote on a lengthy Facebook post. I'd love to see the full Facebook post, because that, even without the context of the full post, that's a direct threat. And I'm sure you cherry-picked this one little thing from it, because if you showed the whole Facebook post, he'd look like a foaming-at-the-mouth fucking psychopath, which is what he is, from the sound of things. He's making a threat on the president. A direct fucking threat. That's not implied. It's direct. It's, if he basically, what he's saying here is, I will kill the president if I ever get within 10 feet of him. Plain and simple. Why the fuck is the Secret Service banging on his door, and why isn't he being questioned? Actually, why isn't he in custody? That's a direct fucking threat from a politician. A screenshot of the post in which Hammond writes that Trump was installed by Russians. Oh, God. This should go to show how fucking delusional this guy is. There is absolutely no proof. There's no proof of hacking. There's no proof of collusion. There's no proof of influencing, unless you consider the article that was written in Sputnik and a report from RT are actually influencing people, because that's what they cite as influence. The 17 agencies turned out to be 3 hand-picked Obama-loving fuckers. So, yeah. You don't know what you're fucking talking about, dude. You're fucking delusional, Hammond. And he seethes against the president, his supporters, and Republicans more generally, was widely circulated on social media beginning Tuesday evening. Well, I would love to see the full Facebook post. I really would. Because it sounds like you're sugarcoating it here when you're choosing to say seethes against the yeah, okay. Hammond did not respond to repeated requests for an interview beginning Tuesday night, but said in a written statement Wednesday that he regrets making the aggressively sarcastic and inappropriate comments, describing it as a Facebook exchange with a childhood friend. Dude! Holy shit, you're a fucking politician. You should be able to lie better than this. If anyone believes you were being sarcastic, point them out to me. Let me know. Because I've got a bridge in Brooklyn I'd like to sell them. Oh, God, I got a few wooden nickels for them. Oh, God, dude. You were not being sarcastic. At least you admit you were inappropriate. And I highly doubt it was an exchange with a childhood friend. It was a fucking flip out, lose your shit fucking tirade. Like the regressive left tends to do. Which you are clearly a member of when you act like this. And you threaten the president's life. This is not language I typically use. It does not reflect my personal values. Bullshit. And while misguided, it was intended to make a visceral point about the devolving political discourse in America, Hammond said. Excuse me, but the only devolving political discourse in this country at the moment, you fuckwit, are all you morons who lost, who 8 months since the election happened, haven't been able to come to grips with fucking reality. That's the only fucking devolving fucking political discourse at this point. Dude, you're a fucking sleazy moron who can't lie worth a fuck. Oh, God, you'd fit in perfectly in Washington. Your personal values, it doesn't reflect them? Yeah. Dude, you meant that shit. Don't try to say you didn't. Own up. Threatening the president is a crime. The U.S. Secret Service is aware of Hammond's statement and tracking the incident, but has not opened an investigation. Why not? He made a direct fucking threat. That was a direct threat. It was not implied. It was direct. If I come within 10 feet of the president, he's not going to be the president anymore. That's a direct fucking threat. Why? Is this got some reason behind it, like the fact that he's a politician? David Watson, resident agent in charge of the Secret Service's Maine field office, said Wednesday afternoon that they haven't. So why not? Why aren't people calling David Watson from the White House saying, why isn't an investigation going on? He made a direct threat. Why aren't the people in the state of Maine that are within his district or even in the state itself contacting? Why aren't they contacting Watson saying, why isn't there an investigation? Why aren't they calling the White House and saying, why isn't there an investigation? I live in Maine. This man made a direct threat to the president, and the guy running your Maine field office of the Secret Service will not open an investigation. I mean, that shit should be going on. This guy should be fully investigated. He should be charged. He made a direct threat to the president. He should be made an example of. He should have the book thrown at him for that. Because things will only escalate because people will be like, well, if a politician can get away with threatening, I'll try threatening him. I mean, that's the mentality that's going to come out of this. In the Facebook post, Hammond also draws a negative comparison between Trump and President Barack Obama, including... What is it with these fucking dashes? It's not proper fucking English to really do that. Use a comma. Obama, including a reference to the Trump crime family. Oh, God, that's fucking good. That's real fucking good. Because the only one who's acted like La Cosa Nostra is President Obama between the two of them. He's made plenty of offers people could not refuse. He literally used his whole coal thing to blackmail GE that gave him a shit ton of money. And conveniently was exempted from his executive orders that fucked coal power plants in this country. I mean, and that's just one of many examples. I mean, oh, well, you don't want to agree with me? Well, guess what? I'm just going to do it by executive order. I'll do it by hook or crook, and I'll do it any which way I want to. And Operation Fast and Furious. That was a definite, like, criminal enterprise, La Cosa Nostra crime family type of fucking thing. I don't see President Trump smuggling fucking weapons to the cartels, do you? No. To me, that would be La Cosa Nostra. That would be crime family. Blames Republicans for stymieing the former president and taunts supporters of the current one. So he's trying to fucking troll as a leftist while blaming Republicans who were a minority for stymieing the former president. Oh god, that's fucking priceless. How the fuck did they stymie him? You fucking Democrats control both houses. You fucking controlled the White House. They barely had fucking say. Wow. This guy is... Hammond is fucking clueless. You're a fucking pussy. And you people are destroying America, Hammond wrote. Excuse me. But it's fuckwits like you, Hammond. You leftist regressive fucks that are destroying this country. Not people like myself who you call... I'm sure you'd call me alt-right. You'd probably call me a fucking Nazi. You'd probably call me a racist. You'd probably say I'm on the right when you don't even know what the fuck... And this would be knowing my ID out here. Constitutionalist libertarian. I bet you would. Constitutional libertarian. I'm like the founding fathers. So I think I have a better clue on what shape and what state this country is in comparison to when the founding fathers created it. And it's people like you with your values, the regressive shit that's destroying the country. 100% of intelligent Americans agree that Trump is a complete loser. Oh, God. Well, you've kind of proved that you're not an intelligent person when you're stupid enough to do all the shit that you did on Facebook publicly. So, again, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because you're definitely not an intelligent person. And you talk about intelligence. Okay? And you go, and people like you go, well, I'm college educated, so I'm intelligent. It don't work like that. You flaunt this idea of being college educated as an idea of intelligence. Big fucking whoop. There are people that have genius levels fucking IQs. Never spent a day in college, and it's probably the best thing that could have ever happened to them. Because they probably wouldn't have, being that high in the IQ, they probably wouldn't have fell for the indoctrination, and they probably wouldn't have been able to stick around to graduate because of that indoctrination that goes on. And not, and seeing it. And not being oblivious to it. So, you're fucking clueless, dude. The statement came in a moment of political uproar nationally following the revelation that during the 2016 campaign, the president's son had met with a Russian lawyer with hope of receiving information damaging to the then presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. Oh, God. We know where you fucking lie on this one here with the fucking writing of this, because you've kind of slanted it to cover this guy's ass by saying he implied a threat when he directly threatened. Now... you're pushing the fucking narrative, which has already been debunked, because the Russian lawyer had direct ties to the Department of State because somehow she got rejected for a visa and the Department of State hooked her up and got her in the country without one. The translator has direct ties to, oh, guess who? You're right, the Department of State again. The other Russian that's now in the room, oh yeah, looks like he has ties to, oh, Department of State, or at least the Obama administration. And to top things off, there's also a direct link between, I believe there's just a cutout between her and this other person, but she's got, the Russian lawyer's got ties to the fucking guy who created the false fucking bullshit piss dossier. Alright? This was the absolute worst attempt at fucking entrapment to date. John DeLorean used to fucking own that one. He owned that one like a motherfucker. But this attempt at entrapment takes the fucking cake. John DeLorean, if he was alive today, would be laughing at you stupid fucks. He'd be like, wow. He would seriously be like, wow. I mean, he would be silent for probably a good couple minutes, probably laugh, and then go, ha 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 ha. At least when they tried to entrap me, they were better at trying to cover it up. He would probably say that. I mean, this is some fucked up shit. As they land roughly a month after a gunman opened fire on a congressional baseball practice in Alexandria, Virginia, leaving 5 people wounded, including U.S. House Majority Whip Steve Scalise, Republican from Louisiana. Now, why was this even necessary to put in here? Okay? Because it was someone from the fucking left that shot at Republicans. You're trying to fucking put that on the fucking right by this article right here. By throwing it in here, you're trying to put the shit on the fucking right. When it ain't gonna work. People like myself are gonna look at this and go, wow. Like I just said with the with the other situation. But yeah, you people are fucking idiots. You think that this is gonna play off as something that brought about his fucking rant? His fucking rant would be more likely to bring something like that about. Okay? The rhetoric of the left, in actuality, did bring that about. Yet they're now trying to blame the shooting as part of the reason why he went on his tirade. Bravo for the mental gymnastics on that one. Maine GOP Chair Demi Kuzunis decried Hammond's statement as unhinged and dangerous. Yeah. And through a spokeswoman, called on Speaker of the House Sarah Gideon, a Democrat from Freeport, to ask for Hammond's resignation. No, she should be demanding the fucking dude's resignation. He made a literal threat against the President of the United States. He should be under investigation. Oh, excuse me. And no longer representing South Portland in the state legislature. Plain and simple. Words cannot even begin to describe the level of revulsion I feel after reading Representative Scott Hammond's recent tirade that has come to light, Kuzunis said in a statement. Perhaps the most alarming aspect of the tirade is an implied death threat against our president. It's not implied. Why is she covering for him? I mean, I understand the false left-right paradigm. Okay, I understand that. But why is she covering him? Because by saying it's implied, anyone with half a brain is going to look at what he said. They're going to look at what she said. And it doesn't help her. It's only going to hurt her chances to remain in politics. A spokeswoman for Gideon did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Hammond, who was 36 and was elected to a third term last November, is not the first Maine lawmaker to face heat for comments made online in recent years. In 2015, Senator Mike Willett, a Republican from Presque Isle, resigned from his co-chairmanship of the legislature's state and local government committee following controversy caused by his inflammatory Facebook post about Obama. So, yeah, Hammond should be out of there. He should resign. Free speech is free speech, but there can be consequences to your free speech. And when you go on a fucking tirade and directly threat the president, not indirectly or imply, when you directly threaten the president, having to quit your job or leave your job or lose your job, that should be the least of your fucking worries, because you just broke federal fucking law. And for whatever reason, you got a Republican on the state level covering for you. You've got a fucking member of the Secret Service who hasn't opened an investigation on you and should have the White House fucking breathing down his neck to do so. You're one lucky fuck. The Good Shepherd Food Bank, where Hammond works as project manager, distanced itself from his statements on its own Facebook post Tuesday night, but did not respond to requests for comment. Distance themselves, he should be fired. Should be no distancing and keeping his job. It should be distancing on the note of, there's the door, don't let it hit you with a good Lord split you. End of story. For what he said, he should be fired. He made a direct threat against the president. You shouldn't keep your job after that. Because if I was his employer, I'd fire him in 2 fucking seconds for saying that. Even if I hated Trump, I would fire him for that. Because it goes to show his character. It really does. I mean, you've got this place distancing themselves from him, but are they going to fire him? Let's see. Hammond's statement is in direct violation of our organization's social media policy. Okay, so the next statement should be, so we fired him? Oh, wait, no, we got double standards here. Social media policy, a post from the anti-hunger group states, the views and opinions expressed by this employee are his own and in no way reflect the views of Good Shepherd Food Bank. So he's going to get to keep his fucking job after threatening the president because you're a bunch of fucking leftists at the food bank? You openly admit he violated the social media policy. Violating corporate policy is a fireable offense. He should be out on his fucking ass right now, and rightfully so. Yet you're going to fucking circle your wagons and you're going to help protect that little fuck, aren't you? Because it's pretty clear that's your intent when you're faux distancing yourself. Because you're not even... distancing yourself would be minimum suspending him until the shit blew over. Distancing yourself would be firing him, most definitely. Distancing yourself is going, well, those are his views, not ours, and keeping him employed. That's not distancing yourself. It isn't. The screenshot of Hammond's statements were first circulated on Facebook by conservative radio host Keith Hansen, who said he received them from a New Hampshire state representative. I fucking love that one. That one is fucking priceless because, this is from my neck of the woods, being New England and a New Englander. I can attest to this. See, Maine and New Hampshire are kind of like New Hampshire and Massachusetts. There isn't much reciprocity on the note of legal and stuff like that, and or government even. And for this state rep of New Hampshire to fucking like expose this guy and hand over this shit to to Keith Hansen, it's fucking hilarious. It just goes to show that New Hampshire's like, yeah, fuck this dude, fuck you. I might be next to you, but I don't gotta live with you. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's how it is. I mean, you got New Hampshire fucking exposing this shit, which is pretty funny. On Tuesday night, Hansen, who hosts shows on Fox News affiliate radio stations WNTK in New Hampshire and WUVR in Vermont, reached out to Hammond and Good Shepherd Food Bank over Facebook regarding the posts. Okay, and here's where the good part comes. Hammond responded by saying he would pursue legal action against the radio host if the statements hurt his career, according to screenshots of their conversation provided by Hansen. Oh, God. So, Hammond saying he's going to sue Hansen if his presenting facts fucks the dude's career. Oh, God, you're a fucking moron, Hammond. Oh, it don't work like that. Okay, if that was the case, that every person, every politician, every private citizen who's had the press ruin their life could sue the press for exercising their free speech and cash in. It don't fucking work like that, you moron. Oh, God. And if anything negative comes from your attack on my employment, my attorney will be in touch, Hammond wrote. Cease and desist. How about Hammond? Fuck off and die. You're a punk bitch, dude. I'm talking about you. You gonna fucking sue me, motherfucker? I'm stating fact. I'm reading from the fucking article. What the fuck you gonna do, motherfucker? You got caught. Own up to it. Don't be a bitch. Be a man. You threatened the president. Oh, wait a minute. If you own up to it, that would mean that you would end up going to prison. Where you should be. For the threat you made. You made a direct threat, you fucking weasel. Own up to it. I mean, just look at this guy. He's still trying to play it like it's everyone else's fucking fault. You've got the Bangor Daily News with this writer trying to play it off as it's not his fault. It's everyone else's fault around him. I mean, this goes to show how far the left has descended into being regressives. Anyways, this is the Constitutionalist Libertarian. If you like the video, definitely hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe. If you want to be alerted, ring that bell. Thank you, everyone. Have a good one.